Hello YouTube, Salivate Metal here, and there's often some indicators, and I think some of the bullion dealers realize this and they check these things very closely, of possible changes in the spot price of gold and silver. And usually we'll get emails stating that, hey, you can get this gold bar for $7.99 over spot, or you can get some silver for 69 cents over spot per ounce and the like. And typically those flood of emails come in, and then we all realize, you know what, gold and silver is about to go down. Well, what about the indicators for when the prices go up? This is where you have to dig in a little bit and look at other things like the stock for mining companies. And that's what this article talks about here from Kitco News. And so there may be some indications that gold and silver could be going up. So this article talks about they're fighting off risk pressures. Gold mining stocks are rallying, with investors especially drawn to Royal Gold, Rand Gold, which I believe is South African, and Newmont. The boost in gold mining stocks comes as traders feel a weakness in the broader market, turning away from the S&P 500, which was down 0.22%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average 0.11%, and NASDAQ down 0.22% at the time of publication. During the North American trading session, investors were digesting disappointing quarterly reports from Macy's, which came after worrisome news released by Snapchat on Wednesday, with the popular app reporting slowing user growth and failed revenue numbers. On the other hand, the market saw some very positive news from the gold mining sectors, with the biggest winner, Royal Gold, rising almost 7% after the company posted record operating cash flow of $75 million to its fiscal third quarter, which had ended on March 31st. So, there's a lot of different things that come into play here, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we should read into this that gold and silver could go up, because if you get a record operating cash flow, that just means they're just doing something right in mining. And so it gives just more confidence in the company itself, and not necessarily related to gold going up. So that's something to keep in mind. But with that being said, certainly with the other companies involved, and looking at the everything as a whole, it could possibly mean that we may see a rise, depending if you weigh all the different options. Now, here's something else I mentioned in a previous video, and it's quite interesting. Since I had published my video about it, I've seen two other popular YouTube channels talk about it, the volatility index. And we'll take a look at it here and see that over the last 5 days, we've seen it kind of wane and ebb and flow here, but it seems to be steadily going back up here above its low. And so we shall see. I think it's something to kind of keep a watch for. There's a chart with it compared to other things, and I think it's not necessarily in correlation, but this is sort of the stress indicator and the volatility and where people are feeling. I think it's the psychological tool that can be somewhat measured, so to speak. And though you may see a spike or a dip in one particular day, it does not mean that's going to automatically correlate with gold and silver going up or down and the like. So just something to consider there. Quite interesting indeed. Lots of different factors. This is just part of it, but it's quite interesting to see these stock prices, take a dip up upon very small little dips in the markets. But I guess they see it as kind of a broader thing there, and looking at it as maybe the market has topped out for now, and so there's a little more confidence. And in gold, we shall see how it all plays out. Maybe I'm reading into it too much. Post your thoughts below where you things are going, and what kind of indicators you look for to see that gold and silver are going up. I think we have enough idea of when we think it's going to go down. There's short selling, there's other things, manipulation at play. But what are your thoughts about what are the indicators that you look for that there's going to be a coming rise in gold and silver prices? I'd like to extend the multitude of gratitude you all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.